Hello YouTube, this is 1984 Terminator here, and tonight I'm going to be giving you guys a review on All New X-Men, issue number 4. This series has been fantastic. I have really been enjoying this series. It's one of my favorite Marvel Now series, and this issue did not disappoint. So, and what you see on the front cover does happen in this issue. So, let's get right into it. We start off the issue with past Scott and present Scott looking at each other. That's where it actually picks up right from issue 3, and saying that, you know, Professor Xavier, because he's looking at himself, and saying one of the first things he says is, maybe Emma has been lying to me. You know, maybe she is doing this, and maybe she really didn't lose all of her powers. And then he's also thinking that maybe Xavier cannot be killed. Maybe he wants to see myself, and he's allowing me to see what I want to see. Maybe he's inside my head right now, and maybe Xavier's right by me not allowing me to see him. But the present Scott knows that he's really dead. But yeah, I do really like this page right here. This page is awesome. I love that page. And then he says that he's looking at the original 5, and then he says, "Damn it, I know this is real. I can feel it in my bones." And then Jean starts reading the present Scott's mind. And as soon as he says it's her, it's really her, she's like, stop it, stop talking. And then Magneto comes forward and says, you know, this is an abomination. And he wants to meet the person that was responsible for this. And then after Scott's like, oh my god, look at her, Jean's like, stop! Or shut up! And then she sends Scott flying away. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show the last page. And then she sends Scott flying away there. And then after she does that, she's like, he did it. You know, I could read his thoughts. You know, I would never love you, Scott. You killed Professor Xavier. And then there it is. Past Scott versus present. This was one of my favorite pages in the whole issue. Bam, right there. Awesome. And then Angel and Iceman come towards Magneto, and then he gets rid of Iceman by saying, enough of this, and then just or stop this, and then he sends Iceman flying away, and then he's like, Magic, get us out of here. And then they're questioning why Magneto ran away, and he said, I can't believe Scott just attacked us like that. But then Bobby says, wait, it's the future Scott, it's not this Scott. And then there's a couple of boys there saying, I believe they're mutants, saying about what Cyclops did. And then Angel is having second thoughts. Angel's having second thoughts about being there in the first place. So, and then Scott says, "Yeah, I think we better depart post haste, but not leave the time zone." And then we go back to Weapon X, and then the two mutants that were in the previous 2 issues are talking there about their different powers and about what they can do. And then they say they have no friends because they're hated by all humans. And then they ask, you know, do you want to become friends? And they say yes. And here comes, if I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. And here comes Magic with Magneto and Cyclops, or Scott. I like that page as well. Good action page. And then and then Emma's asking, what happened? Was it an ambush? And then Magneto says, no, it was the X-Men, the original 5. Scott is a young man in Jean Grey, and then Emma can't believe that it's Jean Grey. And then Emma's like, I imagine not if Jean Grey's here with the original 5. And then they want to know if Emma had anything to do with it, so they question her. And they're like, answer me, Frost. And then she's like, how could I do this? You know, my power's been all screwed up by the Phoenix Force. And then Magic says, did you find a new mutant? And then, you know, there's no answer, so she just takes that as a no. And then we go back to Beast. and Beast laying there with Kitty Pryde and Iceman, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with him. And they're saying that he's in a bad way, and that he's okay. And then you can see Beast crack just a little bit of a smile there. I don't know if that's a smile or a smirk or whatever, but and then we go back to the young X-Men, and Jean says that I was able to read his thoughts, the President Scott's thoughts, and here's all the word bubbles. Now that she's able to read his thoughts, or read thoughts now. And then she's like, great day to find out that I'm an untrained psychic. And then Angel's being all pessimistic, saying he never should have came here and this, that, and the other, and then he just wants to go home. And then Scott says, no, I will never forget this happened. I don't want to forget this. And so that's what Scott says. Hank, on the other hand, says, I'm not leaving this place until I'm sure that I will live. And he says he wants to go back to the mansion. And then they get in the jet, and then they start taking off. And then Angel still doesn't think that they should be there. And Emma and Scott, right on this page here, talk a little bit, saying that asking Scott if he knows who did this. And then she's like, you know the difference between real and not real. Was it real? Yes. She was standing right there. Yes. Her and the young you. Yes. And then he tells Emma to go away. And then Scott comes to the realization, like, they wanted to see myself for what I have become. And then she's asking him one more time, who would do this? Hank McCoy. And then which Beast. And then Scott's like, why would he do this to me? And then she says, because you killed Charles Xavier, he can't kill you, so he wants to punish you. And then here comes Wolverine and Storm, saying that they can't find the young X-Men because they took the transponder, and they're going to go look for him. And then they say no, and then all of a sudden here come the young X-Men. They land, and then Hank says that he needs medical supplies, and he has theories to what's happening. And then here's all of them in this picture right here. Hank, Beast, and Hank talks to him, his future self, and he even gives Emma the password, to his computer. And he goes into cardiac arrest, and to be continued. And here's the cover of the next issue. So it looks like the next issue is going to be about Jean. Guys, if you're not reading All New X-Men, I highly suggest that you read this series. It is fantastic. Brian Michael Bendis and Stuart Immonen are just killing it with this book. 5 out of 5 stars. And this book is batting 1,000 so far with 5 out of 5 stars. So that's been my review, guys, for All New X-Men number 4. Almost said number 5. Number 5 comes out on Wednesday. But anyways, I want to give a huge shout out to R Dowdy 95. Man, thank you so much for giving me a shout out on your I watched your video, man. Thank you so much. I want to return the favor by giving you a shout out here. And if you have not subscribed to R Dowdy 95 yet, guys, you need to go subscribe to him. He makes great videos, and man, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I really did enjoy those Fantastic Four issues, and man, just thank you. I'm glad you watch my videos. And by the way, I'm 7 subscribers away from 100. So if I can get 100 by the new year, I'll be really happy. So this is 1984 Terminator here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of All New X-Men issue number 4. And the next review I'm going to have I'm going to have up, if I don't have all new X-Men number 5, by the time I have my next review, is going to be Alpha Flight number 1, which is going to be my first classic comic book review. So this is 1984 Terminator here, guys. Keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll catch you guys later. And like I said, our Dowdy 95 man, thank you for the shout out.